Hello, welcome to day 7, officially on Victoria Island as of last night. Last night was pretty intense, just how much energy I felt like I was carrying. Like I was beyond overwhelmed. Like definitely the most energy I have felt in my energy field in a really long time. I felt like I was just a sponge when I was still back at home. And, you know, I do practices every day because I am very empathic. I feel everything in my body. And yeah, so it's like I do practice it, my practice morning and night to like empty myself out of whatever energies I've picked up throughout the day. And there was still remaining stuff from at home back in Ontario, and that I was still working through, and then just driving through the mountains and all the campgrounds and all the people I saw. You know, I'm not used to seeing a lot of people. Like, sure, I go to grocery stores and stuff, but like for the most part I spend a lot of time in nature, just clearing and just being in nature, because it feels the best. It's when I feel the most me, alive, and so my energy feels the cleanest and clearest, and when I can think clearly, feel clearly, know clearly. Anyway, so there hasn't been a whole lot of like long nature walks like I'm used to. I've only had one really long nature walk since on the whole drive here, and it felt amazing. Anyway, so I'm here and I want to go do a nature walk, but you know, I went into town because I'm up in the mountains, and it's like a 30-minute drive down the mountains into the village, to Courtney. And I went to see a viewing today and get groceries, and I planned on going to go walk, and it was nice and sunny in the village, and you know, it's right along the ocean, so I was like, oh my god, I haven't really seen the ocean yet. Like, I want to go walk along the ocean and sightsee and feel this place out as I'm, you know, feeling out these different towns to feel out where I'm meant to be. And yeah, I was just like, you know, I got up and did like a really big ceremony for myself, cleared so much, because there's so many energies I was feeling throughout the night, and yeah, anyways, so I did a good hour ceremony for myself this morning and cleared so much and felt a lot of myself, kind of a lot of space being made for myself to, like, you know, I felt like all of this stuff was on top of me, and really feeling the magnitude of what this mission is. You know, sometimes I forget that we're always on mission, that we're always, you know, there's always divine orchestration and reason as to why we do everything, why we're guided to certain places. It's not just about, oh, it's my dream to live here. No, there's so much deeper, and I forget that sometimes. And when I was in my ceremony this morning, I was just seeing so many different layers of what's actually happening, what I'm actually doing, and seeing all the energies I carried here to let die, all the parts of myself that are dying, and the work in my ancestral lines that I'm doing, the work in my community back home that I'm doing by coming here. And yeah, just seeing it all and coming back to that knowing of like, right, I'm supported, I'm on mission, I'm always on mission, I'm supported in everything that I do, and it's all part of it, you know. So yeah, so I went to town and did groceries and saw the viewing, and my intention was to go spend a good hour or so in the woods, but my body was like, you need to lie down. Like, you need to rest. So I drove back up to the mountains, and I'm back up the mountains, and I got some good old cacao to help me just land in my body and my heart and connect deeply with my heart and help me hear her loudly and clearly right now to guide me for the next steps. I think the next, I mentioned in my last video, but I have a feeling after I get another day or so rest here, get some laundry done, air out my tent that was packed up soaking wet. So it was soaking wet in the bag. So thank God I didn't have to tent last night because I didn't arrive till like almost like 9 o'clock, and I would have had to like sleep in wet tent, and it was raining. So like, yeah, really grateful that I'm not in the tent right now and it's getting to be aired out. I'm washing my sleeping bag, I'm washing all my clothes, I'm getting lots of rest, or that's the plan for today and tomorrow. And then from that place, being grounded, relaxed as best as possible, I get to go to Zavino. So anyways, moving through a lot as usual, and just looking forward for a restful day, and hopefully have the energy by tonight. Probably do at least a short little walk into the woods tonight before it gets dark, obviously, because I still have to get comfortable in the woods here without being terrified of bears and cougars. Anyways, I'm told that I just have to sing or make a lot of noise while I'm walking, sing or clap, or oh shoot, I was supposed to go get bear spray while I was in town. Just in case, just to have on me. I think it'll make me feel better. Anyways, it's a job for another day. Anyway, so that is my little update for now, for today. I'm pretty deliriously tired again, as I have been since I've left. So yeah, there's not a lot of energy to like exert to share more of what I'm moving through, but maybe later after my nap, because I'm gonna try to nap after this cacao. Anyways, much love. Ciao. Talk soon. I'm out for my first walk after a good sleep today. It's still day 6. And yeah, I just didn't have it in me, obviously, to like go outside before. I was too tired. And after a nap, I'm feeling more alive and more like myself. Still feel how much exhaustion is in the body and how much I'm purging and releasing, so just taking it slow. Anyways, and I was like, you know, the nature was calling so strongly, and I needed to be, okay, pause for a second, like, you know, it doesn't even do it justice. I'm up in the mountains, Mount Washington. Like, how do I forget when I see signs so many times? Anyways, Mount Washington, where it's a ski resort, and nobody's here because it's off season, so it's really dead and quiet. And I heard some rustling in the bushes, and I'm told to like make noise when I'm out in those walking, just to scare off the bears in advance, let them know I'm coming. Speaking of bears, I was like just walked into the woods off like the trail, like off the road. I went into the woods, and right away, like 5 minutes into my walk, there's there's definitely something in the woods there. Anyways, something to get used to. Yeah, so like 5 minutes into my walk, in the woods, like, which is like not even far from the condo, there's like fresh bear poo, and I was like, okay, so there's a bear close by. Cool. And like, I grew up in the woods with black bears, but black bears don't, you know. There's a sound that keeps coming from over here. Anyways, it's like, yeah, so grizzly bears are just a whole other cup of tea. And I've been feeling since getting on the island, even the mainland, but especially since getting on the island, as I'm getting a little bit more grounded, feeling the energy, the bear energy and the cougar energy, but mostly the bear energy. It's very, very strong here. And for the first time this morning in my ceremony, I was feeling the bear energy and actually feeling comforted by it, being like, wow, such a powerful energy, such a mothery, powerful energy. So yeah, just some codes of the land. And I know really there's nothing to fear. It's just like something to face and overcome. But yeah, I get to work on that. Anyways. Yeah, really feeling called to get back on the land soon. Like, I know I've only been in the condo for one night, but really looking forward to being in nature again. But I guess it doesn't really get warm on the island really till July. So I'm like, okay, a month of pretty cold camping. But we'll see. It's day by day. We'll see how it goes. Anyways. I feel like I don't have as much as I thought I had to say. As I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I'm just more in like quiet presence energy as I just melt back into myself, into my own center. As the drive was so crazy, man, when you're just like not attached to anything, like you're not grounded anywhere and you're just moving across the country with just your car and your stuff. Like, driving is already its own portal, which I usually love because you're not attached to anything. And usually when I'm driving from place to place, I have all my stuff, everything that I own with me, so I feel like so free and like I get so much clarity. And I did get a lot of, there's moments of like profound clarity and visions and like, yeah, like visions of future timelines and like such profound clarity and things that I was seeing. And then it would be like, it was like this, literally. It was very similar to like driving through the mountains. You go up and you go down, you go up and you go down. There's like peaks and valleys, and that was my drive, was like peaks and valleys of going really high in clarity and feeling really high and really good, and then going really deep within myself and being like in the muck of energy and not feeling clear and feeling ungrounded and exhausted. And I was exhausted all of it, but I was still having moments of feeling high through it and lots of clarity. But at the low points, it was like experiencing extremely dense energies, a lot of fear energies, a lot of like, wacky energies connected to the land, to the towns I was moving through, to my own past, to, everything that, all the energies that I'm purging and dying to, like, sometimes they were intense, and, still riding those waves as I'm feeling in my body how much is clearing. Anyways, I'm gonna end this now because my phone is getting close to dying, and it's nice to have a somewhat charged phone in case you can't find your way back. And gonna enjoy the rest of this walk and this spectacular view that I just stumbled upon. The nice thing about being here is there's lots of walking to do that is not so deep into the woods. Like, there is deep into the woods options, obviously, because I'm just deep in the woods, but there's also like all these trails for the for the mountains that are being like created and stuff as well. So I don't, I can do long walks without having to like go super deep into the woods, as I am still learning to feel comfortable in them. Anyways, one last little spin of this view. It doesn't look anything like, man, the phone just doesn't capture it. Anyways, that is the end of my day 6. Gonna go back, restring my guitar, reconnect to myself, dance, move, sing, write, whatever, all of the things that I need to feel my best self, to come home to myself, and looking forward to waking up here and in fresh energy and grounded energy and rested energy, and seeing what comes from the days and the weeks to follow as I navigate this new life. Anyways, that's it for now. Love yous.